We're all owned by the Syndicate, body and soul. Or should I just say body?
Hello, filthy movie lovers, something weirdos, and anti-criterion bros, to the third episode of The Short Ends, our series of bite-sized bonus episodes where we present the odds, ends, and ephemera that didn't exactly fit into our previous discussions. In this mini-sode, we are following up on episode 31, Love Land, where we discussed Gary Kent's ultra-rare melodramatic sexploitation masterpiece, Secret Places, Secret Things. We wanted to spend some extra time talking about the people who helped make this film's reemergence happen, as well as shine a light on researchers who are going the extra mile behind the scenes. So without further ado, on to more secrets and more things.
Why don't you and I get together some night? Go to a hotel, have a couple of drinks, get between the sheets, just get to know each other.
Why, Mr. Taylor, I don't do that sort of thing.
Well, I don't either.
Let's start with a message I got from Mr. Charles Devlin. If you remember in the last episode, Chris Poggiali mentioned that a key person in helping to unearth Secret Places, Secret Things was a Mr. Charles Devlin. And so I sent a message to Charles to see if he could give us some more details about exactly how he came into possession of this film. So I'm going to summarize the message from Charles. So his finding of Secret Places, Secret Things, it was around the mid-1990s. He says he acquired a VHS of a film called Satin Lips from a British label called Red Light Films. The tape was issued around 1984 or 85, he said, and all the credits had been removed and replaced with a video-generated title that said Satin Lips. So he had this film for a while before he eventually watched it, and while he had a feeling that Satin Lips was not the actual title, he had no idea what the real title was. So for a long time, it sort of remained a mystery. But eventually, around 10 years or so, he got friendly with Mr. Vinegar Syndrome, Joe Rubin, through Facebook, and he described the film to Joe. And so Joe came back with a number of couple possible titles, and Charles checked up on them, but nothing really seemed to click until Joe mentioned this movie, Secret Places, Secret Things. So Charles actually found a description of Secret Places over at the Temple of Schlock, and everything sort of fell into place from there. So he says that he also believes that a copy was sent to Gary Kent before he passed away, and because Gary wanted to revisit it after all these years of it being missing. And I think you had said as well, Casey, that when you talked to Gary, I think Gary had said he saw it, right?
Yeah, the first time I spoke to him and asked him about it was several years before this reemerged, and he said, yeah, I don't know where it is. And then once I got a hold of it, I messaged him immediately and asked if he had a copy. He said, yes, I have a copy. And I actually just confirmed, because I just posted the first 5 minutes of the movie on my personal Instagram, because that's what I watched that on repeat, because it's like a music video for that instrumental version of Loveland. And Lars from Alamo Drafthouse commented on the video and said, I got a copy of this several years ago and was able to give a copy to Gary. So Lars at Alamo was able to give him the copy of the movie, because I think he was neighbors with Gary too. Mm-hmm. So I had no idea that he was going to comment on that, but I did hashtag Gary Kent. So I don't know if he just gets search results for hashtag Gary Kent on
his
Instagram.
Old neighbor.
Right. So, he said he hadn't seen it since he edited it, which is interesting because we have an update on the editor too.
Yes, go ahead with
Gary. Yeah. So, and that's something else Charles was able to clarify for us, because I know we You had suggested Gary Graver was potentially the editor due to the connections to Gary Kent and grads, and I agreed. I was like, well, it would make sense. He was able to confirm that it was not Gary Graver. It was a woman. A woman edited this film. Her name was Susan Treast Collins, and she also edited The Blue Hour for grads. She was assistant editor on a movie called The Ski Bum, which I have a copy of and haven't watched yet. And then she was involved with editing a lot of television through the 1980s. Then she retired and she worked in real estate. She had a company called Treast Properties in Ventura County. And unfortunately, she died in 2021. Okay. But she did leave a daughter who I'm hoping to reach out to talk about her mom, because it's kind of bitter. It's bittersweet. We get that update from Charles, and I think he found it in a book called "Women Who Edit Films." I believe.
Yeah, I was just.
It's because I asked him. I was like, "Where did you find? Where did you hear this? Where did you find this?" He said, "No, it's in this book. It says that all of her credits are in there, including Secret Places, Secret Things." I was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, it's one more person involved with production of this movie who is not here to tell us anything more about it. So, but yeah, I'd like to reach out to the daughter to maybe it's possible her daughter doesn't even know anything about her mom's editing career, based on how old based on how old the daughter is, but edited by a woman, and that actually makes it even more interesting to me,
right?
Because the rhythm of that movie and the focus on the women and it adds that extra layer of interest for me.
Yeah, I hesitate to say like, well, she's a woman editor, so of course it has like feminine rhythms to it, but I think you could make that argument if you wanted to, but
yeah, I don't remember much about The Blue Hour, but I need to rewatch it, I guess. I mean, I remember not liking it. I think I gave it 1.5 stars on Letterboxd. So I guess I should have rewatched it, especially because it co-stars Ed Blessington, who Chris and we talked about from his work in this in this one.
Yeah, talk about the location update we have regarding Secret Places, Secret Things.
That was very exciting. So Mike McCollum, who is always really good about reaching out after episodes and providing any updates, so he was able to watch the film. And that's something else that I'd love to see, by the way, is the little trickle of reviews on Letterboxd of people who are watching it, and they're confirming that it's good. And I'm like, okay, good. It's not just me. You got people. It's not me blowing smoke. This is like a mini masterpiece of the genre that more people need to see. Okay, so he did some very, very good research. Mike is really good about locations. He and Sean Langrick are actually both really good about locations. So he found he found a classified ad for this location and it was a hotel apartments. The Westgate Hotel was the actual name of the hotel. It was at 445 Southwestern near Wilshire. And it was these apartments in this hotel were $15 a week or a monthly rate. So essentially the beginning of the movie, when Naola Graff is behind on rent, it's because she is renting the room and living there. Yeah,
that is funny that they actually worked that into the film. Like it was an actual, I think people forget for a while there were certain hotels that you could also rent to stay long term in. And this was one of those. Yeah.
And he sent us a shot from Google Earth that shows that right now, it's for rent, affordable and modern studio units. There's a 213 phone number here. All utilities included, laundry on site. So you can rent a studio apartment at the old Westgate Hotel if you so desire. What else? He really went above and beyond finding virtually all the locations in this movie except for the studio where this stuff was shot. But I don't know. I wonder if those are the actual hotel rooms. There was you see a shot of a restaurant called the Mexican Inn. And he found that, which was Rangel's Mexican Inn at 1440 Northwestern near Sunset. So that was, on the same street.
Yep.
He sent a bunch of advertisements for them. Let's see, what else did he get? He thinks that the Eric Stern sequences on the college campus is probably USC, which makes sense. He says that the friend that he's walking with is wearing a shirt with a USC logo on it. Mm-hmm. So that, he thinks that's probably accurate.
And again, that was like, what was it, 20 minutes away? It was nearby.
Yeah, it's a 15, 20 minute drive from USC to the Westgate Hotel. So that was close by. He also found 2 other locations. I don't know how he found the construction site.
I know. Yeah, I saw that one. I was like,
I don't know how he found the construction site. I think he said it was Madison Enterprises and the apparently adjacent Spencer and Jones. They were contractors, and these were their headquarters. So it wasn't actually it was not, maybe not a construction site, but contractor site. He also found the Mandarin Custom Tailor, which is where Ed Blessington walks by that place. It looks like it's been knocked down for a 2-story strip mall based on Google Maps. And he also was very helpfully pointed out that the Pussycat Sunset Theater was very close to the Mexican Inn. So it was all kind of shot really kind of close. It's not like these New York films where we watch where you hop all over Manhattan. This was it all seems logical that this little universe that's captured in the movie is all very closely connected and could have been logically shot. Just hopping around a little,
Well, and that kind of
location
more or less confirms that they probably shot this very quickly. This was probably this could have been a weekend, literally.
Yeah, it probably was. I mean, I think exteriors are probably done very quickly. I'm not sure about the schedule for like shooting the stuff on the set, but there are a surprising amount of setups in the movie that show that, like, there are dolly shots and things like that. So he also, I think a lot of us commented on that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern poster, and he found a playbill for it where it played in Hollywood. It was at the Amundsen Theater in April 1969. So it was a few years before this, but he was kind of checking to see if any of the names in the cast had any connections to the industry at the time, and he didn't recognize any names. So, Mike really went above and beyond. Really insane.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love it. And he really, he took screenshots of the maps. He took screenshots of the newspaper ads. He took Google Earth. Yeah. So like we have a really great snapshot now of the production of the movie in terms of how it moved around to so many different locations for this little movie. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. That is kind of the nice thing sometimes about having digital access to these films, is you can, screen capture this stuff and freeze frame it as you're like researching on a computer. Yeah. So it's nice.
Yeah.
So like we said, this is still available up on our Patreon. If you want to watch it yourself, give it a look and add more reviews to Letterboxd, because, boutique labels are looking at this. They are looking at these things. They are seeing who's reviewing movies and the
they are
response to them and getting ideas for future releases. So cross your fingers.
And I will say, if anyone out there, I don't know if we have any private collectors listening. If any private collector has a print of this, it is your duty to provide this to a boutique label for a scan, because just based on what Charles said, the original credits were removed. So we don't know if there are additional credits with more people listed that we might be able to know and research in terms of crew members. We might be able to identify the black actress who plays the prostitute. We might be able to identify the 2 hotel workers. So please, if anyone has a print, like let's let it resurface, please.
Yeah, that opening credits, if there are some, is that's kind of the holy grail for this, if we can find those.
Yeah,
I'm assuming there was something there, and I mean it kind of lines up with what Charles Devlin said with regard to the VHS he got. Is it looks like someone cut off the beginning so that they could insert that Satin Lips credits.
Right. But I do like that he. Well, I'm sorry. I think I like that the version that we have now doesn't have that fake credit.
Right.
It starts with the actual movie.
Yeah, someone cut that part off because they realized like this was added. This is extra. Right. Yeah.
Now the end shot is kind of similar to a lot of these other cheap the end title cards that are on like a lot of Weekend Wonders and 16mm storefront theater movies where it's just little tiny like text blocks that are on like a background. So that is kind of a weird red flag for me. I was like, well, that seems strange for like a major movie from Grads Corp to have that on it. So then it makes me wonder if the print that the company had access to was missing credits, and then the that end shot was just tagged on by whoever distributed the movie. Possibly. A lot more mystery we got to know about.
Yep. But I feel like we've already kind of learned quite a bit about this movie, more than we did, a month or so ago. Yeah. But much more to come, hopefully. Keep sending us stuff that you find, and we will keep pounding the pavement for secret places, secret things.
Absolutely.
Maybe a quick, one last thing related to that movie is, Debbie Osborne. We are still interested in speaking with her, and I did a little bit of research. One of the key things you see in her biography is that she went to high school in Minneapolis. So I will say I did find her yearbook photo. I think I'm comfortable putting this out there. People, don't be weird about it, okay? I think we can trust our listeners, right? Casey's shaking his head.
No, I think so. I mean, it is. Yeah. I think anybody who would know how to use this information wouldn't be doing it for nefarious purposes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she did graduate from West High School in Minneapolis, Minnesota in 1964. And she had an emphasis on occupational relations, which is kind of this, I don't know. I looked through the yearbook. A lot of people have occupational relations as their emphasis. I think it was just kind of that throwaway thing. I mean, everybody had to like do something. So I think that she, I don't know. It gives me the feeling that, she was probably moving around a lot. She didn't have a lot of, I don't think she was too interested in school that much. And clearly, like, she left for California as soon as she could. Right. So, yeah, I did not find any evidence that she went to any other Minneapolis high schools. So, again, there's some mystery there about what was going on with her family. Seems like they were probably bouncing around for whatever reason.
Right. And actually, that reminds me, I need to recheck that because the information that you found is how I was able to find her, because it was just that little bit of extra information that I needed to find her. And so, including the obituary of her father, which I need to recheck that because I wonder if he was military. Possibly. Yeah. Because I don't remember now.
Yeah, and we won't say what name she's going by now, but I have reached out to her. So I will let you guys know if I hear anything. But Debbie is she is alive, so that's good news.
Thank goodness. Because I remember I remember when I found what I thought was her obituary, I was like, oh no, this is not her obituary. Okay, good. So and we have an updated photo, which is great.
Yes.
Which is really good. It's good to see. So, so that's good. So essentially, two of the stars of this movie, I still haven't reached out to Naola. I've been too busy. This is my commentary weekend. I'm doing the two commentaries. So
the photo, the most recent photo of Debbie is from about 10 years ago, but she looks very healthy. She looks very Debbie. She's outside in the sun. Yeah, it's a great photo.
Yeah, no, she looks good. I'm hoping she gets back to you.
the old ball player and make his first score.
Well, that's what we have for Secret Places updates for now. A few more things here. Let's talk about this new Beverly lineup in February.
Oh, Lord.
Casey has his full rundown, and I am going to chew him out for a couple things. Hold on. Go ahead, Casey.
Please. Well, I know you brought this up because what the hell? Where is I'm trying to find it because I know
Well, so a little background, is I don't know if you guys, if you haven't seen it, the new Beverly, the Quentin Tarantino theater is doing a whole month of, I don't know, how are they billing it? Let me look at this again. They're not calling it sexploitation.
They're not calling it
Europe's and Hollywood's finest adult films. It's like a throwback to the Eros Theater.
Where does it say that?
It's at the very top.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not in the calendar I'm looking at. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Well, let me read this. So in February, we present a month-long tribute to the New Beverly's earliest business model, the Eros, a theater showing exclusively erotica from America, Europe, and Scandinavia. So, yeah, that's the theme for the month.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, let me just say, first of all, this is a crazy lineup for a lot of reasons. And I don't understand how they do this because it feels like they should be spacing this stuff out. I don't know. It seems like a lot to take in for a month. I don't know how this business model works for this theater.
Well, I mean, this is a theater that famously Quentin Tarantino bought and said it's going to be 35 millimeter only, and proceeded to dismantle their digital projector and said, this doesn't belong here. And I was like, well, they just spent money on this and had all this shit. So I was like, okay, Tarantino, are you covering those costs of ripping this thing out of the theater? I don't know, because we've had this conversation about Los Angeles audiences strangely being very anti-sex, and I don't know what that's about. I could see this going over really well, even a full month, even in like Chicago or New York. I wouldn't see a whole month working like this.
Yeah. Well, my issue is like, you just have such a small window to see these. And
yes, you have to go. Some of them are one day.
It's a lot of, projectionists chime in. I know it's a lot of work to do this, to project film. So it's like they're doing changeovers every day. I don't know why they don't run some of these for a little bit longer to give people a chance to see them. Because now it's just like, you want to see Wife Mistress with Laura Antonelli, and you have Tuesday or Wednesday. This is this is a movie that's never, it's screened in the US when it was released pretty extensively, but you're never going to see this again screened in the US. A lot of these you won't see again. So it's like, give them a few more days to like get there and see it. That's my rant.
Well, also, I feel like they're also just going by whatever prints they have available. If this was actually being programmed as a monthly program that's spotlighting like the genre, then I think that there would be some different selections here. I think it's kind of like, well, what do we got? Okay, this kind of works for this, and it's just like, well, no, it doesn't.
That's fine.
No, Blood Spattered Bride is not a sexploitation movie. Why? I mean, I love that movie, but no. And why is it paired within the realm of the senses when there are other Asian sexploitation movies that could have worked with that? It's very weird.
Yeah, I would want to see it like spaced out February and March, and let a few of these play for a few more days. That's what I would have done, but I don't know. Maybe
that's not how they work.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you got a day to go see it, and if you miss it, you miss it, I guess.
That's pretty typical for their calendar, though.
Yeah,
I understand that it creates that sense of urgency, like you don't want to miss this, so come. That's why when I did my series, we showed those screenings happened once. You had to come to see it that night, or you were going to miss it. And so you need to prioritize around a 35 millimeter screening with guests, one time only, and it's not going to be shown again. So I get it. I get it. And that's why some of these are double features and some of them are single features, which I think is insane, are for 2 days. But then you have stuff like what is some of the? I don't know. Do we want to do a rundown of this?
We don't have to go day by day, but let's okay. So let's just start. Yeah, February 2nd.
Sure.
Student nurses, private duty nurses, and the young nurses. I haven't seen any of these nurses.
Student nurses is amazing. Private duty nurses is terrible. Young nurses is fun. So basically, if you're going to go, it's not worth paying for all three of those. But if you must see student nurses, take a nap during private duty and then wake up for young. Yeah. Private duty is terrible. Terrible.
Is that how it works as well? Is it each movie is a ticket price, or is it
You're paying for the whole package. Yeah, you're not paying per movie. You're basically paying for that triple feature. It's one admission price. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's why, like, my friend Dan, who I love, I went to high school with, and he's an editor he does editing for, like, reality shows and stuff. He posted on Facebook and tagged me, and I said, okay, what do I need to go see? And I said, there's really only 4 that you need to prioritize. 4 out of the entire fucking month is crazy. I mean, that just kind of shows I don't know what these choices are. Okay, so that's day 1.
Yeah, so February 3rd and 4th, you got, like I said, Wife, Mistress, and Divine Nymph, which are it's an Antonelli and Mastriani pairing. Yeah, they're both in that.
Right.
Again, I have an interest in Wife, Mistress. It's one of Annie Bell's first really serious roles. It's one of her favorite roles. She's great in it. Yes. Okay. So I would love to see that, but I
know that you need to get out there for next week, right?
I know. Got to book a ticket for 1 week. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it's funny. I was looking back at some of the ads for that, and it was, it played widely in the United States as an Italian sexy art film. It did pretty well. So if you like that sort of thing, yeah, I think you might like it. I like it. It's a good movie. So
I will skip.
Yep, he's skipping. All right.
I'll skip those 2 days. I can save my money. What's the next? What are the next? Oh yeah, the dates. So I'm going by Thursday, Friday.
February 5th and 6th, Revenge of the Cheerleaders and Sex on the Run. What's your take?
Why would you not pair it with The Cheerleaders? They're both Richard Lerner movies. Richard Lerner was involved with the first Cheerleaders, and then he directed Revenge of the Cheerleaders. So
it might be a print again. Maybe they just don't have a print.
And that's an issue. There is a print of it. I guess just not in LA, but that's one of those things where I don't know. Sex on the Run does not match this, and it's terrible. Mm-hmm. It's isn't it AKA Some Like It Cool? Isn't that it? It's a Tony Curtis movie. It might not be that, but it's Tony Curtis, and I don't need to see a sexy movie starring Tony Curtis. You got to be kidding me. So no, that's another one. If you're going to pay for it, see Revenge of the Cheerleaders. Skip out on the Tony Curtis movie. Revenge of the Cheerleaders is really so much fun, and so that's why it would have been great to put it with swinging cheerleaders.
Yeah,
there is a print
cheerleaders
of,
movie. Yeah.
And it's Jack Hill, one of Tarantino's favorites. That would have made sense. Or if you want to do a Rainbow Smith double feature, you could have paired it with Swinging Cheerleaders, which Swinging Cheerleaders is Rainbow Smith. That would have made total sense. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I know prints exist of that.
And then we got February 7th and 8th. We got the OG Emmanuel, and we have Black Emmanuel. I know you are not a fan of this pairing. You want to see Emmanuel in America.
Terrible. Yeah, the original Black Emmanuel is not good.
I think it's fine. I think the pairing works though, because it's just like the two OGs. I like it.
I mean, so go watch Emmanuel. Except the second half of that movie is rough. And then terrible. Black Emmanuel, same thing. It's like Black Emmanuel. It's the reason why Black Emmanuel is not as good as the rest is because it's one location. The rest is her hopping all over the place, and there's different adventures and stuff. Black Emmanuel is her stuck with the same boring ass rich people in Africa. It's like, okay, anyway, can we move on? Can you go see a guru in India or like a prince in Egypt or something? Yeah.
It's not the Joe D'Amato ones, but I still think it's a good start to if you want to see, where Laura got her Black Emmanuel start. Yeah.
Sure. Actually, what I would have even preferred Emmanuel too, to see her. She's even better in that than she is. She's barely in that, but she's better in that than in Black Emmanuel. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Yeah. Just do Emmanuel 1 and 2. Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny, after this, that new Severin Emmanuel set came out, it's interesting to see the consensus is clearly Emmanuel 2 is the best
That's
one.
the best one.
Everybody loves
That's
it.
the best one.
It's just fun to see everybody like coming around on that. Like, yeah, it's absolutely the best one.
That's definitely the best one. Yeah. Sorry, just Jackie or whatever. Yeah, he's fine. I like Gwendolyn a lot, but I
Yeah.
hate Storyboat.
So February 9th, we have the Jean Roland double feature. They're calling it Thrill of the Vampires, which is interesting.
Which is the American version?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it was released in that under that title. Harry Novak claimed that he had that movie and he didn't. He never distributed it. He just had a print that in his vault. And because I think he got once when he did Cage Virgins, I believe that he also got a print of Thrill of the Vampires to screen to potentially distribute it, and then he didn't distribute it. Yeah, so that's why.
Is this the English
something weird
dub?
Put it out? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
it might be even that print. I don't know. Might be.
Oh, very curious. Yeah, I wonder if the music's changed.
No, because I've seen that version. It is not.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's the same English dub version that we're familiar with, and nothing's changed.
All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's paired with, this is so funny. They're pairing it with, Jean's like softcore sex film, Fly Me the French Way. Again, this must be
crazy.
The English dub, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Which is,
I don't know if that's any difference in that.
Not that, no, I don't think it is, because I mean, even the most recent Blu-ray for Fly Me the French Way, which is under the title Bacchanalus Sexualis, it has the Fly Me the French Way opening credits. Mm-hmm. So,
interesting.
I think they're the same. So, again, that's Casey's saying pass on that. Yeah, it's a snoozer for a lot. It's so long, but it's gorgeous.
So long, but then again, if this is the American version, maybe they cut it down. That's possible, but I don't know. But I mean, I like Thrill of the Vampires enough. Why is this not with Cage Virgins?
Yeah,
Cage Virgins makes total sense.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know.
And
Prince exists. A lot of Prince exists. So I'm just like, okay, that's what I mean. I'm just kind of like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but okay.
Yeah. Again, Fly Me the French Way has Annie Bell, so
2 Annie Bell movies.
I have to shout that out.
Yeah,
it's
right.
So crazy. Yeah, that there's. I looked at this and that really shocked me. But yeah, that's her very, very first film. Mm-hmm. She was very, very young. That is all I was saying.
Yes, she was. That's going to be awkward if anyone in that audience does any kind of Google search.
Yeah, I know.
Before they watch the movie. So interesting. They already are They're already sex phobic, and they're going to be mad thinking they're watching kiddie porn now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, it was different in Europe. That's all I'll say.
It was. You can still buy Tracy Lord's movies over there.
February 10th and 11th, In the Realm of the Senses, and yeah, like you said, Blood Spattered Bride. Very weird pairing.
I love both, and I actually did suggest to my friend, go see those because both are great, but they have nothing to do with each other.
No.
And one is hardcore, basically, and the other is it's a vampire horror movie with some sexy stuff. The sexiest thing in that is when she's buried in the sand with her breasts exposed. And I'm like, okay, so we're sun tanning / burning your breasts and nothing else. Yeah, it's very visually stylish, just like In the Realm of the Senses, but it's kind of, I mean, we know there are prints of Japanese stuff that this could have been paired with.
Yeah. You know who was a big fan of Blood Spattered Bride was our friend just below this row here, David F. Friedman. I remember he told that story.
Oh, really?
He went over to Europe and he wanted to buy it, but somebody else bought it. He loved that movie. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. I heard him say that on a commentary. Yeah. And I was like,
oh,
Dave,
it was whoever released it with I Dismember Mama, right? And I forget who that was.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I feel like they would have had, it might have been a smaller outfit. I would have thought they would have had less money than Dave would have, but I don't know. Dave didn't really have that many imports that he handled.
No. Yeah, that's why it was an interesting story.
No.
February 12th and 13th, we got Pretty Maids in a Row, a Rock Hudson movie, and High School Girl, a Sergio Martino movie.
So you have a Hollywood film with an Italian import, which is crazy. I'm surprised there are no Schoolgirl Report movies, actually. Is that are those too problematic now?
Did those play? I don't know why those played. Okay.
They all played here. Hemisphere Pictures handled like 3 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they pretty much all played here, under really wild titles. But yeah.
Well,
isn't Class, what is it, Campus Swingers? Wasn't that a Schoolgirl Report movie? Yeah, that was a major release by Hemisphere. Right. And then they handled Schoolgirl Report as the Schoolgirls. Was not Tempting Roommates. Something Weird handled a lot of them and then discontinued several of them. But in High School Girl, I'm like, whatever.
I mean, I guess the theme there is school.
High school girls. Yes, because Pretty Maids All in a Row is Rock Hudson sleeping with his students.
Yeah.
Well, I like Pretty Maids All in a Row. It's Roger Vadim being a perv. Yeah.
Yeah, that Martino is a pretty deep cut. I mean, if you can get out to see that, you should definitely try, because that has not, I don't believe that's seen any sort of North American release on home video that I know.
That's really wild. I thought that it did. I think I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confusing it maybe with like a Fernando De Leo film, possibly.
Oh, there's some DVD, some like Italian DVD, I think, floating around. But yeah, that's an interesting one.
I thought maybe Maya Communications put it out, but I must be thinking of something else.
All right, February 14th and 15th, go off. Vixen and Up.
Who the fuck chose this? Like, Vixen is great, but honestly, again, I'm thinking of this ultra woke, super surprisingly conservative New Beverly audience that are gonna have to deal with, first of all, she's a racist. Second of all, she fucks her brother. Third of all, she does the fish dance. So I'm just like, I don't know how this is gonna go over with these namby-pamby people. Up is even worse. Up is so much sexual assault. Raven to the Cross thing, where her opening sex scene is her almost beaten to a bloody pulp in a river. I think this is an odd choice. I personally would have done Vixen and Super Vixens.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have done Ultra Vixens, but yeah, Vixen and Super Vixens I would have done.
Yeah, because then at least if you are staying for both with Super Vixens, look, I mean, there's another, like pretty rough, that bathtub beating scene is bad.
Yes, it is.
But it's a lot more fun. You'll leave the theater feeling not completely like deflated.
Right.
Or, like
it has good references to like the rest of his movies. And if you watch it after Vixen, Garth Pillsbury is in Super Vixens as well. So you get the reference to him returning in Super Vixens. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm very precious about my Russ Meyer stuff. So yeah, I was kind of like, okay, here we go. Everyone trying to make Up a thing again. And it's just like, guys, give Up a rest, please.
February 16th, we got the David F. Friedman double feature, Defilers and The Smell of Honey, Swallow of Brine.
Yep. And that's one I was like, gotta go see this. And I'm telling you right now, they made it a one night only because specifically of the Ruffy angle, I'm sure. I'm sure that's why. Yeah. A Smell of Honey. And also I saw Smell of Honey at the Anthology Something Weird series. And I think that was the screening that Frank Henenlotter came to and sat behind me and watched. And we were like, oh my God, there's extra stuff in this print that, this was missing on the DVD or whatever. That walking out of that movie at the end of the movie after she's been beaten into submission is kind of like, okay, going out into the night. I'm just thinking in terms of that audience mindset. For me, I'm kind of like, well, Stacey Walker is walking out of our lives. We'll never see her again. That's why the ending is sad to me.
Yeah.
But I think people were like, oh, this is so sad. She's being punished for her sexual promiscuity and her fake cries of rape.
But yeah,
it's a great double feature.
Lisa said, they helped provide those prints, I believe, for that screening. So,
yeah, Smell of Honey, I will say, if you have a chance to see it, and it's one of like only 2 prints, so I hope it doesn't break on the projector. But that was my fear when they screened it at Anthology, and I was like, please don't let it die. And it didn't. Yeah, it was great.
February 17th and 18th, they got the Swedish art house double feature of Monica, and directed by Ingmar Bergman. And the Ingmar Bergman of 42nd Street, Joe Sarno's Inga.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead. What do you think?
Well, I initially was against this, but then someone made a good point that it might be a print of the Kroger Babb version of Monica. which is not available and has never come out on video. Where I think there's different music and I think there's some additional footage that's added. So for historical purposes, I would want to see the Kroger Bab version. However, if it's a print from Janus Films, then it's just Summer with Monica. But I think based on this artwork, it might be the Kroger Bab version, which I would die to see. But I still don't think it's a good double feature with Inga. I think it should be Inga in either Seduction of Inga or Made in Sweden, which is basically the remake with Christina Lindberg.
Yeah.
And prints do exist of that, but MGM might say no because MGM has US rights on that. So I don't know.
I mean, they probably got a hold of the Monica print and then they wanted to pair it with something, and
right.
So
and they're both black and white, so that makes sense thematically. Inga, I'm interested to see how an audience reacts to that because I feel like I know it was very popular then. I think a lot of people think it's slow now. I love it. I still love it, but yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how that goes over. But,
yeah, me too. It's going to be interesting to check Letterboxd the day after or night of.
You better believe February, I'm checking all of this shit just to see and to make myself angry, essentially.
Yeah. Oh my God. Don't do that to yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's just, it is what it is. Well, honestly, I sometimes like when there are people who do give good reviews and are like, oh, this was really great and I really loved this. But it feels like they're so few and far between sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes we rag on these guys, but sometimes it feels performative. Like, I'm gonna go see a dirty movie and make fun of it on Letterboxd afterwards.
Yeah. And then do like a 2 word review that's funny. And I'm like, is this the new comedy?
Yeah.
This is where comedy is now. So I'm like, I don't know. I like the idea that you're getting a lot of these prints are incredibly rare. So
spend a day on it, like sleep on it and then come back and write a review. You don't have to write your review in the movie theater as the credits are playing, guys. Okay.
No, that's crazy. No, let it sink in, let it wash over you, digest it, and then do a review.
Yes.
At least give it a couple hours. Like I typically will do that. Yeah.
February 19th and 20th, Arabian Nights, Pasolini.
Pass.
I mean, I like his Canterbury series of film, his Decamerotics, but I don't know if this is my favorite one, but I still think it would be great to see on film on a big screen. So I don't know.
No Salo. We're not going to see Salo.
It's played out, man.
And they wouldn't work with that audience. I've never seen it theatrically. So
Salo's the new Possession, man. I'm tired of hearing about it. Move on.
Well, Possession, I will die on this hill. Possession is so overrated. I really hate Possession.
Did I ever tell you?
I think I'm the only person in the world that hates it. I just think it's so annoying.
Yeah. I saw a print of it up here, actually. They played a film print. And for the first 30 or 45 minutes, for whatever reason, there was like this shrill noise on the soundtrack. I don't know if it's something baked into that print.
I think so.
Up. It was so annoying. And then, the film also is what it is. So yeah, it was a combination. It was like an assault, even more of an assault on my senses.
Yeah, I don't care for it. I think also I can't believe Isabella Johnny won Best Actress at Cannes for that. When everyone's like, oh my God, that scene in the subway. I'm like, oh, the scene where there's no direction and she basically does whatever the fuck she wants and the director has no control over the scene. Yeah. I don't like that scene. I think it's so fucking annoying. And so, very unpopular opinion because everyone loses their mind over this movie. I've never liked that movie.
Yeah. Let's move on before we get too much hate mail. February 21st.
This is exciting.
Here you go. Mitchell Brothers, double feature.
This is exciting.
Tell us about these, Sodom and Gomorrah and Autobiography of a Flea. I don't know anything about these.
So Sodom and Gomorrah was the Mitchell Brothers' very expensive follow-up to Resurrection of Eve. And they decided they wanted to do this really extravagant biblical epic. So they had a leading lady that they, I think, ran off. They made, I think that they just funneled every penny that they had into this movie. And it was a huge bomb. It was a huge disaster. I think they took a lot of time trying to get money back on it. I think it came out on video I'm not sure it came out on video here. I think it came out on video overseas, and the only version I've seen is disgusting. But it is going to be restored by Vinegar Syndrome as part of the Mincher Brothers line.
Like disgusting. The print was like ragged or what?
It's just really fuzzy and gross. Yeah, the VHS transfer, the one that's been circulating all over the place, is just it's just not visually. It doesn't capture all the budget that they put into the movie.
Right.
It's kind of like Wakefield Poole's Bible, except it's not. It's better than that. I didn't like Wakefield Poole's Bible that much, but an autobiography of a flea is an adaptation of like a famous like an old dirty book from like the Victorian era or whatever that was kind of passed around to people under counters and stuff, and that's Jean Jennings. And I think her first role as an adult, because when she started in porn she was underage, and then after she did Autobiography of a Flea, she married Joe Spinell. And it's also Paul Thomas's first adult movie after Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, wow.
Annette Haven is in it. I think it's her first movie with the Mitchells, I think.
Well, Paul was doing like loops and stuff for a long time, right? But this is his first feature.
His first feature. No, he had the only thing hardcore before this he had done was a gay loop for Falcon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a 3-way scene, and he's actually very into it. So, actually, was that before or after? I try to go by his facial hair. Yeah. The facial hair is how you can tell. But yeah, no, this is his first one, and this was the same year that he did Emmanuel Around the World. Mm-hmm. So he's in that opening sequence with Laura Gemser.
Yep.
So yeah, no, that's a good double feature, especially because they're both incredibly rare to see in good quality, especially Sodom and Gomorrah. So I'd really like to see how that print looks.
Yeah, that's one. So February 22nd, we have more hardcore. We got Through the Looking Glass and Bacchanale with Uta Erickson.
Yes, and Linda Boyce.
And a surprise third feature.
I wonder. I don't know. I'd like to see I don't. Because I don't know who programmed this. Through the Looking Glass, that's when I screened that in anthology for my series. That was one of the best experiences seeing that. Yeah, it was life-changing. Seeing that movie in a theater with an audience, captive audience, and they're just mesmerized by it was a great experience. Bacchanal I'd like to see in theaters too. Yeah. That might work as like an artsy-fartsy film with this particular audience. And I wonder what the third feature is. I feel like it's something else horror adjacent, probably, to fit in with these two.
Yeah.
But I did, and actually, yeah, this weekend I would be living at that theater because I'd be seeing those two.
Yeah.
Those two porno bills for sure. Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see they're not programming Corruption again. For the millionth time.
Yeah, we need to put that to bed, please. Because, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do Pink Ladies, take a chance. Do Her Name Was Lisa. Like, Corruption it doesn't really work with an audience. I learned that the hard way. Yeah. So Ruben and I both learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you did. So Sunday is the sexy sci-fi double feature. We have The Girl from Starship Venus and Flesh Gordon. These are also hardcore. So, yeah. Wait. Okay. Mm-hmm. No. I thought that there was I don't know why I always think Flesh Gordon is hardcore. Maybe because there's so many like hardcore people in it. Yeah.
Yes, it was supposed to be hardcore, and then they ended up not being hardcore. Flesh Gordon's great. That is so much fun. I have seen that in a theater through a print. It's screened weirdly at like a DC theater at a midnight screening, and I took my brothers and sister to go see it. Because I was like, guys, this is you can see some of the people that I love, and it's not hardcore, and they really loved it. They laughed. Nice. They laughed just as much as I did. So yeah, Flesh Gordon's great. I wish you didn't have to sit through Gout, the Girl from Starship Venus, to see it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, maybe they should have swapped those. Maybe they should play that first. Yeah.
I mean, the double features typically that's what you should be doing. You're supposed to lead with the strongest one, and then people can leave if they want to if the second one's not as good. Yeah, but it is what it is.
So if you're listening, programmer, it's not too late. You can flip those.
Right.
February,
some of these are
24th, February 24th and 25th. We have the Proto Giallo Day here. We have Paranoia, aka Orgasmo, and The Sweet Body of Deborah. You are not a fan of Deborah. You think it's slow.
Boring.
I like it.
No, Paranoia is great though.
Yeah.
Everyone is terrible in that movie. There are no people to root for in that movie. It's great. I really quite enjoy it.
Yeah, I love
Sal is great
in that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Such
he's
a great
great in
face.
that. Yeah. That soundtrack is good, including that song that plays over and over and over.
Yeah.
That they drive her mad with, which is good. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be, I imagine it's probably the US X-rated cut.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, this does have distinct versions. So
it does. The US X-rated cut, I think it eliminates dialogue, but it also eliminates some dialogue which isn't necessary. But then it also beefs up the nudity, I think. Yeah, the ending is different. Yeah. I like it. You go see it.
Yeah, Carol Baker.
Sleep before Deborah. Take a nap during Deborah, and then you can talk about Paranoia with people at the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I don't know the situation with Prince, but there are other Carol Baker giallos you could have used instead. So, yeah.
Well, they also could have put it with maybe sacrilege. Andy Warhol's Bad, which was an X-rated movie technically when it came out. That's a great movie. Andy Warhol's Bad is terrific. And that's one that Vinegar Syndrome was supposed to have put out, but I think something happened with either rights or elements. So I think it's on permanent back burner for the foreseeable future. That's a really good one, though.
February 26th and 27th, we have the big Caligula Ultimate Cut. No thanks.
No, thank you. I'm still really mad. I don't know why no one has asked Tinto Brass to create his cut. Why has he been left out of the conversation for decades now? I don't understand that. Like, this Ultimate Cut is just like a fan edit that somehow got a major distribution deal. I think it's crazy. And Tinto Brass has disowned it. That's all I need to know. He wants something to do with it. So I'm like, well, I get it, dude. They should have asked you to create your cut.
Yeah, that production is just so insane that I don't know what's going on with people's rights to certain versions and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's also just boring. That's why I'd like to see Tinto Brass's version, because Tinto Brass doesn't make boring movies. So I feel like if he edited it the way a Tinto Brass movies edited it, if it included the footage that he wanted, then I feel like it would flow better and might actually work as a movie. No version of this I've ever seen has been good. So, pass.
Yep. We also have the last double feature, February 28th and March 1st. Damiano's Deep Throat and Hot Summer in the City. What is going on with this double feature?
I don't know. I think it's because Deep Throat is the most famous adult movie, and Hot Summer in the City is Tarantino's quote-unquote favorite adult film. But what does he know? Yeah, that's like P.T. Anderson saying, I don't know. Who cares?
Does he show up to these things?
No, he's in Israel. No,
he is.
Yeah, no, he can go choke in Israel. This is also I mentioned this to Dino. Dino messaged me and he's like, "What do you think about this?" You know how many messages from people that I got asking me for my thoughts on this thing?
And you said, "Hold on. We're gonna we didn't actually plan this. We're just winging this."
My friend Dan posted and tagged me, and because I love Dan and he lives in LA, that I was just like, okay, I'm gonna lay this out and then I'm gonna take a screenshot, I'm gonna post it to Instagram, and then people can just
smart
do with it what they will.
Stop messaging Casey. Read.
I don't mind. No, I don't mind it. I love a chance to tell people what I think. But I describe this double feature as both diabolical and clueless. Somehow it's both. Somehow it's both diabolical to have a sex comedy like Deep Throat, which actually Deep Throat gets a bad rap. I enjoy Deep Throat. I would go see it in a theater. And then pair it with Hot Summer in the City, which is this brutal, like, blaxploitation rape revenge movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a terrible double feature. I think it's illogical. I think if they were going to do this double feature and close out the month, it should have been Deep Throat and Devlin Miss Jones. Because at least it's Damiano, and those are the two most important porno chic movies from that period. And there are so many prints of Devlin Miss Jones. So I think Hot Summer in the City is probably bending the knee to Tarantino, probably. Yeah. I would still go, but
you could have paired it with some, like
High Rise.
Deep Throat or a Deep Throat adjacent movie, like
High Rise. High Rise was a follow-up to Deep Throat, and it's actually better than Deep Throat, and we showed it at my series, and the audience loved it. So but whoever did this doesn't know High Rise. They don't know they don't know what sex comedies would work from this era to pair these two. A Chuck Vincent print, like Misbehaving, is around. It's just, it is what it is.
You know what they should have done? They should have done Sarno's Deep Throat Part 2.
Ugh, yikes. That softcore, that would have worked. But no, it's terrible. It's so bad.
Hey, don't tell Bowen that.
Bowen knows what I think about it. We've had that conversation in person. He knows exactly what I think about it. I'm like, I'll let you have your favorite. We all have our favorites that nobody else likes. I can't name any of mine right now, but I'm sure I like stuff nobody likes.
We kind of laughed at John Hayes, director in comedy mode, is not our favorite. Joe Sarno in comedy mode is also not our favorite.
No, the only one that actually is legitimately amusing is Touch of Genie.
Yes.
I do like that one quite a bit. Everything else is not good.
It's very Borscht Belt, his comedy sensibility. Yeah.
Right. Which is wild because he's Italian. He's not right. He's like Borscht Belt is typically like, like a certain form of like Jewish comedy, like baggy pants comedians.
I think he hung around with them.
Like that.
I think he hung around with those people, and we'll have to ask Bowen about that, because it is it's a very clear through line in his comedy. Yeah. So
yeah, it's a bummer. I wish he did. Well, then you have things but then you have actual funny moments in like Young American Housewife, like Chris Jordan, who can't stop eating, like her thing with food. I'm like, see, this is something nice and subtle and character based, which I still find really amusing. And I think it's probably why Touch of Genie works, is because Chris Jordan is really good in that. Tina Rosso is really good in that. Doug What's-His-Face, who Facebook keeps suggesting to me as a friend, the male lead of it. It's not Doug Stone, is it? I forget what his real name is, but yeah, they keep suggesting him to me, and I'm like, I don't need to be friends with him. I only liked him in Touch of Genie. I don't have anything to talk to him about.
I don't think you've seen Sarno's Dr. Jekyll movie. Have you? The Switch or How to Alter Your Ego?
No, I have not.
The comedy in that one's pretty good too. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Chris Jordan. Yeah, Chris Jordan's really funny in that one.
Yeah,
too.
anything Chris Jordan. I mean, she never did anything. The only bad movie she made was Massage Parlor Murders.
Yeah.
Which she doesn't seem to be having much fun in. Everything else is great.
Well, that was our impromptu rundown of the new Beverly Cinema lineup.
I know, we did
February
the whole thing.
2026. No,
listen, I'll tell you, New Beverly, I admire what you do. I'm glad you're taking a chance with this. I just wish that there was a little more care with the programming. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah,
I'll give props where they're due. I just think there could have been some improvements there. But that's just,
But still, whatever. It's, I'm just happy some of this stuff is getting screened, and hopefully people are receptive to it, and they actually, who knows, open up some eyes and minds. Maybe.
Well, kind of what we did for our series when we programmed it. So I worked with Joe and Steven to pick the right movies for that series. So what we did was we started by listing what we wanted to show, and then went to print availability. So we had an idea of what we wanted first. We didn't base it around what was available. So I think whoever programmed this, if they had a general idea of what they wanted to do for the entire month, rather than just relying on whatever prints they had available, that it would have been more consistent across the board. I'm just saying, if you're a programmer, start with that. Don't go by with what's available. If you have to make some concessions or replacements, that's fine. But start with an idea of what you want to do. And it doesn't seem like they had any idea of what they wanted to do, except, well, we're going to do like a sex month. So whatever sexy stuff we have in the prints, then let's just program this shit.
Yeah. Last couple things here. You wanted to tease?
Yes. What I'm trying to think of how to properly tease this. So can we mention the company?
So Casey did a solo commentary the other day, and
I did,
and he couldn't stop thinking about how much he missed me. So he wanted to tease our upcoming joint commentaries.
It was very strange. I've never done a solo commentary ever, because usually my stuff is just like, even before I started doing it with you, it's interviews and commentaries I'm doing with filmmakers. So trying to develop like a script or an outline to do by myself was wild. So I have to do it again today. I'm more confident in that. But I did. It's a commentary for release coming out from Film Movement. I'll put it that way. I won't tell you the title, but I'm excited.
Very classy, Casey.
Yes, it's a little transition away from the bottom dwellers. We haven't well, I don't know. We also have Kino is classy too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and then we're also I'm doing my solo commentary I'm doing today is for another AGFA. And then you are doing something else for that release as well in written form. And I might be doing a written form thing too, depending on if I can convince someone to talk. Yeah.
Okay.
Very last minute, but we wanted to make it work. So.
Yeah. So I think you still haven't really teased what you wanted to tease though.
Which one?
Oh.
Kino? Oh, well, we are doing 2 more commentaries for Kino, but I'm very excited because we also got another friend of ours involved with the release. We're spreading the love because we want to, that's the thing. I do that anyway. If I know that somebody's right for the gig and I want to get them in there. And that was actually your idea because I know that I tried to get him involved with another release and it didn't happen. And I'm glad that you thought of this because I was too busy trying to think of how I could prepare for what I could contribute.
I think all I can say is like it's involving cameras, and this person knows a lot about cameras, so
absolutely
it's a perfect fit.
And sex.
Yes.
It's like a perfect combo, cameras and sex. So yeah, I'm really excited. I know I'm going to actually learn something from this, which is why, if I'm going to suggest someone for something, I want it to be someone who I can learn from their contributions to that release. That's always the most important people to get involved. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And he's been keeping us updated with his thoughts and things. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so good. I'm like rubbing my filthy paws. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this. Okay, great.
Yeah. Don't let us down. All right.
No, I know he won't.
Last thing, I actually just got a message like right before recording this from a listener follower, Jacob. He sent me this great list that he's been compiling on Letterboxd. It is all of Frank Henlotter's sexy shockers and hardcore horrors. So he's adding them all to Letterboxd in a nice list, and he's also uploading the original artwork when it's not available. So if you if you use Letterboxd and you go to someone's list, it works differently if you're like a patron of Letterboxd or if you're like a free user, whatever. But if you go to like the little eyeball, I think if you select like custom posters, select theirs, and then on this list that we'll link to in the show notes, then you can see all the posters he's selected. Does that make sense, Casey?
It does.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes, that's good. I'm excited. That's a lot of good artwork too. Those sexy shocker artwork was always great.
It's nice to see all the artwork next to each other and see what variety, how much variety there really was to these Henlotter's sexy shockers.
Now, what I would suggest to him is to put them in order of, they were numbered. The sexy shockers were numbered. Yeah. So like there was sexy shocker number 1, 16, whatever. I would love that list to be put in that order if possible.
Yeah, I will tell him that.
That's not that now. It's not that hard to do. And I have my Something Weird catalog database, which I think I have them all listed if he needs help with that. But
yeah, I'm looking at it based on list order. Did you look at it? I don't know the ordering, so could you?
Well, it would have to be
tell?
It would have to. Yeah, it's in alphabetical right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Alpha Dr. Orloff, ironically, was also number 1. but Beasts That Killed Women was not number 2. So right now it is right now it's in alphabetical order. So this would be something that he would have to
just
place in order. He'd have to manually do it. Yeah, that's something that I think would be super duper helpful.
Yeah.
I think that would be gorgeous. I would love him to do that.
But the nice thing about these lists, I mean, as far as this is, how I use sometimes Letterboxd as a reference tool is if you like the list and then you're looking at like, okay, I'm going to click here. I click on Deadly Organ. If I'm looking at the page on Letterboxd for Deadly Organ and I scroll to the very bottom, I can see like the lists I've liked and it shows Frank Henlotter Sexy Shockers. So that way, if I'm looking at a film and I'm like, oh, was this a sexy shocker? I can just scroll to the very bottom of Letterboxd, and if that list is there, then it's on the list. Great.
Yeah, I like that.
But I know you probably have a Google Doc of all of them, so you can always just look that up.
I do. Well, because I have almost all of the catalog supplements, so I have everything listed in order of catalog supplements. I basically did catalog 1 and then listed everything in order of catalog and then the supplements and stuff. So that way I know exactly when it came out, hypothetically, and what order stuff came out, things like that.
But this way, it's just like if you're on Letterboxd and you're looking at a movie and you're like, oh, I can't remember if that was a Henlotter, just scroll to the bottom. Oh, yep, I like that list. There it is.
Yeah. I have a list like that, but it's private because I'm trying to rank them before I make it public. But I'm not making any progress there. So, someone just asked me, there was a list of the third sex cinema titles, everything they released. And I had that private too, because I wanted to rank that before I made it public. I was like, I'll just make it public and I'll edit it so people don't think this is ranked yet. So,
Oh, last thing I told Jacob that I would put out a call. So if you have artwork for some of these, the original Sexy Shocker, like VHS artwork, if you have it digitized, please upload it to TMDB so that also we can add it to Letterboxd.
Yes.
He's been doing that for, he's got quite a few of them here that have the original Sexy Shocker artwork, but there are still quite a few that need updating. So, those of you out there.
But it's interesting to look at this, though, because you can see the way that the designs changed over like the first group with the woman with the skirt up showing the leg. And then that changes for Beasts That Kill Women where it's a little lighter. And then eventually the woman goes away. And then it becomes like there's a blue version of the Sexy Shockers. And that was, I believe, again, all Lisa, because she was the design queen. So it really, I mean, that was something that it was always nice. If I had the Sexy Shockers and you have them on a shelf in the VHS, they looked so nice and uniform when you had them. I mean, Something Weird was always like that, though. They always had really good uniform looks. On the shelf.
That is also a good reason for him to reorganize these by number, because then you can see the artwork change.
Yeah, you definitely notice. Yep.
So that's cool.
I do have one more thing.
Yep.
My Alice in Wonderland screening is sold out. So I'm so excited about it. So hopefully if you're in New York, you got your ticket. I have mine, but actually, you know what's funny? I have mine, but I think I told you, and I told the Deuce guys as well, the Nighthawk guys, that I don't sit down at screenings that I host. I stand in the back because I want to see the audience reactions. So I'm probably going to be doing that. So it's possible that there's going to be another seat that I won't be occupying.
A seat you can sell for hundreds of dollars.
I would just give it to somebody.
I know,
probably. But I think everyone I know who's going to go has already got their ticket. They already ordered it when it popped up as available for sale.
What you can do is you can be the nice guy and like wait at the ticket booth, and when someone comes up like, oh, I want to see this movie, and they're like, oh, sorry, it's sold out. You can be like, you can have my seat.
I need to know that I don't even know they're good though. Because some people, what if they give them that and they're on their phone during the movie? I'll be like, ugh.
But terrible. So you could say, all right, you can have my seat, but here's the rules.
Yes, right, exactly. These are like Nighthawk rules are like Alamo Drafthouse rules. Put your phone away. Well, old Alamo before they changed the fucking rules, and now you have to use your phone to order shit, which is crazy.
Well, That turned into maybe the longest short ends we'll probably ever record, but it was
probably.
Fun.
It was an amount of short ends that to make like a 16 millimeter storefront theater movie. So it's like an hour.
All those loving people upstairs, they're not here. Not really. They're in another universe. One where we don't exist. Just them, tonight in the rain. And the rain helps.
You ever read Thoreau, John?
What for?
The whole world in books.
And that's an escape. The world's outside on the streets and upstairs between some chick's legs.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description.
Are you a film fan who loves the ultimate home video experience? Look no further than The Disconnected. Your host, Ryan Verrill, is your go-to source for the latest and most accurate information on home video releases, exclusive interviews with industry insiders and filmmakers, and has established a thriving community where every film and physical media enthusiast feels welcome. From hidden gems to blockbuster hits, The Disconnected brings you insider knowledge and a welcoming space to share your love of cinema. Watch every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific for the live announcements show and follow The Disconnected on social media to stay updated. Subscribe to The Disconnected on YouTube or on the podcast provider of your choice and dive into a world where every movie night is an adventure.